On the 26th and 27th of November, the Executive Agency for Competitiveness and Innovation organised an Info Day, together with the Sector Group Services and Retail and Conformity International, an affiliate member of the network. This Info Day mainly focused on rules of conformity for product in the single market and related issues. It allowed network partners, experts from the Commission and other organisations to discuss novelties about CE marking, RoHS and construction products. Related topics such as the Product Safety and Market Surveillance Package, the new COSMA programme, the Your Europe Business Portal and other useful resources were also presented by Commission officials and experienced network partners. Before the opening of the main event, participants were invited to take part in a sneak preview to network and exchange information on their competencies, upcoming events and company profiles. In the afternoon, after a network lunch and the official opening by José Puigpelat and Daniel Gassman from EACI, Tiffany Rochton from the Chamber of Commerce and Industry in Lorraine presented a general overview of CE marking, its scope and procedures. Edwin Schmidt from TÜV Rheinland in Germany described the role of the notified bodies in the CE marking process and where to find them on the DG Enterprise and Industry webpage. Geert Maas from Sen-Senelac introduced his organisation, one of the European standardisation bodies. He pointed out the value of the European standardisation system in a global world and also reminded the participants that companies, even the smallest, can play their part to set up standards. In addition, Hans Christian Ebel from DG Environment provided the attendees with an update on the restriction of the use of certain hazardous substances, RoHS, in electrical and electronic equipment, which has been covered by a new RoHS directive since January 2013. He introduced the main changes in legislation and commented on the possible difficulties of enforcing the directive. After a very interesting debate, where participants raised questions and concerns of their clients, the first day ended with a cocktail, giving the opportunity to participants to network and to continue the discussions. The second day started with a focus on the new construction products regulation, in force since July 2013. Tiffany Rochton opened the day on behalf of Conformity International, stressing its successful collaboration with the France network in the information campaign on the new construction products regulation. Vicente Leos, former head of unit of construction, equipment and metrology in DG Enterprise and Industry, and currently working for Conformity International, highlighted the economic importance of the construction sector. He explained the high relevance of harmonized standards in this particular sector, the declaration of performance, and its relation to the CE marking. Pascal Barr, also on behalf of Conformity International, continued on the topic of construction products. He's referred to the obligations of the different actors, manufacturers, distributors, importers and users, for implementing this regulation. Goncalo Ascensao from Sen-Senelac presented the specificities of harmonized European standards for construction products and concluded his presentation with a short overview of structural Eurocodes. Edwin Schmidt completed the previous explanations with CE marking of innovative construction products, not covered by harmonized standards, the European Technical Assessment Solution. Kirill Kirilov-Nikolov from DG Enterprise and Industry introduced the topic of the new Product Safety and Market Surveillance Package. He explained how the proposed harmonized rules should simplify and harmonize the legislation applied to non-food products, allowing better coordinating and monitoring in the single market. Michael Brandstetter, from the Austrian Federal Economic Chambers office in Brussels, focused his presentation on the foreseeable impact on companies of this proposal, stressing, amongst other things, the systematic marking of origin on products as an additional administrative burden with negative impact on their competition. After lunch, Dorota Przyslutska from DG Enterprise and Industry explained briefly the new COSME programme, as well as the Your Europe Business Portal, the Commission's main website to inform companies on how to do business in the single market. Jitka Rysava, from the Centre for Regional Development of the Czech Republic and Vice Chair of the Sector Group Services and Retail, co-organiser of this Info Day, introduced the main resources provided by this sector group including guidelines, for example, on trans-border provision of services. Adeline Cruz, together with Sylvie Romeston from the Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Brittany, presented the Checkup Standards and Regulations, a network tool which allows the identification of standards and legislation for innovative products. Edwin Schmidt from TÜV Rheinland in Germany presented the Community of Practice in Merlin on product conformity, where network partners can provide each other with information and assistance, including application of EU directives in the areas of free movement of goods and product safety. Daniel Gassman, head of Sector Business Services at EACI, formally concluded this very dense and successful Info Day. Through the presentations and discussions, the event has helped to clarify technical points and allow knowledge sharing between European Commission officials and members of the Enterprise Europe network. This Info Day concluded with excellent feedback from the participants. If you want more information, all the video presentations are available on the intranet page. Now, let's see what the participants have to say about this event.
It's been very useful. I've got some confirmation for the knowledge I already had, and there is also quite a lot of new things for me to learn and to get into.
I think it was great because the presentations were interesting and I have learned quite a lot of new things, and in addition this networking is also very useful if we can meet colleagues from other countries.
This morning the presentation on construction with the French speaker and the Italian speaker from Quebec, it was very interesting and complete. In Brussels we have a lot of construction companies, small and medium-sized companies. It was very interesting. The presentation on Made in was also interesting. Of course, it is more information on how the Parliament is and the Commission is working on that mark. But it's important to know because we have a lot of questions on Made in from our members.
The restaurant has been good, but I think it's just a combination of everything. From the networking side, I thought yesterday you were really good at pushing us and meet other colleagues, because in fact we do need to meet people within the network, because that's the strength of the network. But then I think that the quality of most of the presentation has been really high. They were really great to give concrete example how we can see how we're going to be able to use what we learn tomorrow when I go back to the office. So it's been great so far.
Well, we are planning in December a meeting on ROHS with Jean-Michel Chauvin, who will be one of our lecturers. So that, of course, is going to be the first thing, but it was already planned. And then next year I'm planning a meeting on CE marking. So, of course, I will be an occasion to talk about the draft proposal too.
We are going to have a conference. We are organizing a conference on ROS and D in the beginning of 2014. So I think that all this information will be very helpful to have a nice conference with a lot of companies.
What I appreciated most was just meeting the people that I already had contact with by telephone or by email, exchanging information about legal topics. So getting to meet them in person and getting closer, it just made me very happy. And well, I'm very glad that you gave this opportunity to make this happen.
Let's say for me the most interesting topics was harmonized standards and how to manage this and to work with this, and how to implement, how to use in my country with the companies that we are in contact and so on.